Yes. Sige, turn off mo. Isa pa.
Yes. Very online, please.
Good evening, guys, and welcome to my live charting. So let's start. Renko chart. I just used this last month, and I think my profits is more. Better than using the candlestick. But I also use candlestick when I trade the 3 hours and 30 minutes, because for free subscription like me, you cannot use Renko chart in lower time frame. So anyway, Bitcoin reached almost 20,000 last December 2017, and from there it trend lower or trend within this downward channel. And during the global dump, it went as low as this area around this Renko chart. And from there, it trend in an upward channel. So currently trading around 13,877. The immediate resistance I'm looking at is this area, the blue line, which is the 13,904.05. So yeah. So if you have watched my live video yesterday, I said that I have no plans to trade today. However, my alarm 13,400 alerted me, so I go long today. So actually, I took profit at this area 14,000, and supposedly this one, the limit stop, supposedly this one is the 50% of that is at 14,200. However, it did not reach that area, but since I adjust also my limit stop to 14,000, I got stop out at this area 14,000. So yeah, I entered close to this area, the 13,400. That one, because that's my alarm. And then after that, I entered, it pulled back. Actually, it pulled back. If you use the candlestick, you can see that it, look at it. Because in Renko, you cannot see that. So it actually reached as high as 14,098.92. And then from there, it pulled back 1,700 area. So 850, which is now trading at 13,857. So I might got stop out, but at again, since my entry level or the price is 13,700. So let's see. And let's go back again to this Renko chart. You can only use one alert. So normally I trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin perpetual, but most of my trades are BTC USD. So to look at the Renko chart, it's actually near the resistance area. However, despite the pullback, it is still within this uptrend channel. So bearish Renko chart forming. However, it just formed a over the market. So my next resistance, immediate resistance is currently, of course, the next Renko chart, because each Renko chart can be used as support and resistance. You can use the open or the low, because this is just two numbers, open and the low is equal. The next resistance I'm looking at is 14,383.5, and now currently at 13,841. So my current long position got stabilized. So there. So 13,000, I mean this one is the next 14,383.5 or 14,383.5, 383.5. So that's the next resistance I'm looking at. But for me, the strong resistance after this 14,000 area is possibly this 17,000 area. So this is that area before the all-time high of around close to 20,000. So since I'm not seeing any bearish or Renko at the moment, I think, yeah, we'll still. However, of course, if the market reverses, we can use the previous Renko chart as support. Currently, we can actually use this one, the previous high, using the Renko chart. So that's actually around the 13,424. So or around 13,400, because as you can see, my alert is at 13,400. So for BTC. Oh, sorry. Now let's look on the weekly time frame. Let's remove, or we can actually look at the weekly time frame. If you look at the weekly time frame, it's still bullish. So tomorrow is let's remove all the drawings so that we can see it. But currently, as you can see, it's forming a possible bullish Renko chart. So the next possible resistance using the weekly time frame is this area, the 14,000, says the 14,400. So let's see. Actually, if it, yeah, I think I'm more bullish, projected bullish Renko chart. And the next resistance, of course, you can use this next Renko bar or Renko chart, but I'm looking at this one, the previous top of around 16,600 area, and then this one, the all-time high. The support I'm currently looking at is, we're currently at 13,866.63. So this blue line, the 13,316 using the weekly time frame, is the support I'm currently looking at. If it break that level, of course, then 91. Currently, most of my gains are actually from my long position. I also do some short, but it's not as big as my long position. Because normally, when I open a trade, long position, my liquidation is normally zero. But when I open a short position, there's automatically a liquidation price. So most of my trades are long because the trends are going higher, and for me I can manage that because it's low liquidation. Aside from that, from the amount that I trade, I normally use maximum leverage, but I only use at most 1% margin so that at least my liquidation is zero if I go long. So you should also have to get familiar. So I think that's it. If you are more on a low time frame, you can use the candles because for us free members or free subscriptions, we cannot choose a lower time frame of this one, Renko chart. Anyway, next is we can actually also use this one. I like also this one, the line break. So using this line break, remember the key resistance I'm looking at around, of course, the strong resistance I'm looking at is the 17 area and the all-time high. But if you use the Renko chart, each Renko chart can serve as support and resistance. So using this line break, we can see that the next key resistance is the 17, the previous top, which is 12,945. And if you look at the chart, it's still trending higher. So yeah, for me, for every pullback, that's why I have an, yeah, and yeah, possibly I'll I'll open a or a test buy. I I open at 13,400 if there is any pullback. So now let's go back to this one, the Renko chart. Normally I'm using this one, but if I'm with using the lower time frame, I can use the um, 3 hours and 30 minutes. Before I'm actually using the 1 minute chart when I'm scalping, but now I'm using the higher time frames. So let's go back here and let's look at and add the divergence indicator. Anyway, if you have some comments, questions, just feel free to message me in the live chat. Oh, I got it stopped out and then it went higher. Anyway, so now let's add the divergence indicator as oversold. But if you want to change it, you can actually change it because the default area is 70 and 30. So if 70 and 30, that's the divergence indicator. And this one is 70 and this one is at 30 area. But let's go back to, um, let me change it, the settings to 80 and 20. So there. And if you look at this divergence indicator, it is still or here. It is still trending higher. And let's make it bigger. And this is the very key thing here is this area. This is the next possible resistance, which is already at this area. So if it breaks that area, of course, it will retest this one, the previous 28 area. And yeah, breaking that area could possibly retest this one, the around 90 area. So divergence indicator still going up, and Renko is bullish on Bitcoin. And of course, over the long term, for me, I'm still bullish. Anyway, let's also add the Ichimoku cloud. So if you add the Ichimoku cloud, you can see that the cloud. So this is the reversal point at that area. Oh, and yeah, I think I forgot to plot the support here again. So the immediate support I'm looking at is of course the 13,400, and worst case is of course this area, the uptrend support line. So it depends where the market retests this area. So anyway, and we can also add the Bollinger Band. So if we look at the Bollinger Band, it is actually at or trading outside the Bollinger Band, and using the Bollinger Band, I'm using the upper Bollinger Band, it's time to sell. And the lower Bollinger Band, it's a buy. But currently for me, it's still buy on pullback. So now let's move on to the, wow, Ethereum is at 391. So I also have a current position in Ethereum, but I think I did not include that in my trading journal. So anyway, Shumoko Cloud, let's hide this first. And let's use the candlestick first before the Renko chart. Because in this candlestick, we can see that there is actually a tree gap. So there is a gap near the 66 area, another gap around the 73 area, and another gap around the 96 area. So let's make it bigger. So this one around the 97 area. Oh, I think let's lock it. And then this one at around 74 area, and this one around the 66 area. So, oh, what happened here? Really, it went as, what happened there? It went as low as, so anyway, so this is, so it's already, wait, trend using this. So it could possibly fill the gap at around that 64 area. So that's why I also more focus on Bitcoin, because the dominance is getting higher. Though I also trade some alts like Ethereum and Litecoin. So that's the majority of my trades. So anyway, let's see if this 4 area, I mean the 66 area will be filled. So the support I'm looking at is of course at this area. This uptrend support area of around the 60. So this is it, around 60 area. So I think let's see if more and more institution will adopt Bitcoin. I think this can be easily be filled this year. This 66 area. This one, yeah, it I think it will be filled. This one. For this one, oh, this is the it's of course this is positive for Bitcoin if it fill that 97 area, but for the alts that will be of course a dump or a pullback, or I mean a dump relief to altcoins if it reach and fill this 97 area. So yeah, let's see. I think let's focus this gap first, and then possibly here, and then when it break at this level, then of course higher chances that this might be filled. Also depends on the so I think that's it. Yay, it's currently Ethereum is currently trading at 200 I mean 392.11, and it's up by 2.41%. Also Litecoin is also up by 3.38%. So for all the long who have a long position, congratulations. Anyway, don't forget to take profit when TP when happy. So there you go, guys. If you have some comments, feel free to ask. Let's discuss the what's my Bitcoin analysis and the Bitcoin dominance, and if there is a chart request, if any. If there is none, then I will close this live um, charting. This one is anyway. Actually, I'm more focused on trading cryptocurrency, but I also trade some commodities like gold during. I trade gold after the global dump, and also silver and natural gas. And what's XY? The XY USD. What's that? Let's check on the XY USD. Oh, I think that's the, if I'm not mistaken, this one. Yeah, dollar index. Anyway, it's on top of my list. Hmm. Using the candlestick alone, that's actually three bullish candles and could possibly retest this area, the 94.58 area. So I'm looking at strong support at this area. Around the 92.65. Anyway, half of this dollar, US dollar currency index. Using this monthly time frame, let's just use this one. Hmm. Actually, in tomorrow. I mean today. How many hours is it? Or it is closed? Market close. Already market close. Anyway, so if you look at the monthly chart, you can see that this is a more bullish. So possibly retest this area on a longer time frame. That one around the 99 area. Wait, let's add the divergence indicator, and if you look at it, wait, I'm just checking this one, 36 point, wait, 36.23, and this one is, yeah, there is actually a bullish divergence. 36, this is going down, this is 36.46, and this one is 33, so it is going down, but this one is trending higher. So there is a hidden divergence that could possibly retest the 99 area using the monthly time frame. But let's look at the weekly chart using the candlestick, and then after that, let's move on to the Renko. Normally, I look at the higher time frame first, and then I'll go to the lower time frame so that I can see the whole macro, or yeah, normally like that. So it's using the weekly. Let's just I'll just delete this one. But yeah, on a monthly, there is a hidden bullish divergence. So this one, I forgot to add that. Normally, I'm just trading using charts. I mean charts, and if I add some indicator, I use RSI, or since there is divergence indicator, now that's the indicator I'm um, looking at. So that's the high, and so currently it's at support, and yeah, basic is buy at support or go long at support, and of course sell at resistance. So yeah, I think it's consolidate at this area, and possibly that's the support area I'm looking at. If ever if went go lower, yeah, I think this is um yeah, the possible support, the around 92, if it still goes lower at this area, because it is now at 94.03. And then of course the resistance I'm looking at is this area, could possibly trade on this area and retest the weekly. This is a long-term downtrend. Yeah, if it breaks this area, of course I'm more bullish already. So that's already a, a long-term uptrend. So now let's move on to the daily time frame. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. It's not moving. Or, sorry. Just loading. Actually, almost the same using the daily and the weekly time frame. So, still the same target area using the daily um, time frame. Anyway, let's look and add. But on the daily, yeah, there is an immediate resistance this area around this area. The 94.77 area. But for this is dollar index, so if the economy of the US recovers, yeah, I think it is of course bound to um, trend higher. Or so this is using the monthly, I mean the daily time frame. Yeah, the support, the 92 area, and the immediate resistance at 94. If it breaks this 94.77, possibly the 97.70 area. So actually, I'm not trading this one. Anyway, let's look at uh, the RSI, or the divergence indicator. So currently it's trending higher and could possibly retest this area, possibly around the 65 area. And the support I'm looking at is this area. Oh, that's that. Anyway, let's add the Ichimoku cloud using this daily time frame. So there. Oh, I don't want to comment on the presidency in the US, but whoever wants, I don't want to mingle with the political one. I'm just more on the TA. After the US election, I think I analyze a bit of the Dow Jones, and it's actually bullish and could possibly have an possible return of around the 6% area. Wait, let's hide this one. So except the 2008, I did not include the 2008 since that is the global financial crisis and it's an outlier. That's I used the low and the high of the November during presidential election. So I think that's it. Currently for US indices, so let's see. And oh, I forgot to use this. Anyway, let's try to use and analyze using the Renko chart. Let me try to check this. Yeah, I think it's already at, it already found a support area at this area. See, buy at support and sell at resistance. So I think that's it. It could possibly trade within this range. And of course, I'm more bullish. There's, let's look at the immediate top is actually, yeah, I think the 97 area. Yeah, actually same as the candlestick, but there is a immediate resistance using the candlestick. And then after that is the 97. See? And then this one, the 100 area. And of course, the support, the 92 area. Worst case, if it breaks this area, possibly the 88 area. Wait, let's look at and add the divergence indicator. Divergence indicator is currently going up. So yeah, there's possibility that it will retest the 97 area, in my opinion. So still trending higher. And wait, let's just make it bigger. Actually, a breakout and could possibly retest this area, the 54 RSI. So yeah, higher chances that it will retest the 97 area. And then let's add the cloud, Ichimoku cloud. Though the Ichimoku cloud is more bearish using this Renko chart. But for me, if I will trade this one, I normally use candles, whatever you call charts. Normally, I use this one. Candles, Hikinashi, Renko, line break, Kagi, and point and figure. And of course, I measure the possible um, risk reward. Anyway, for this one, let's make it bigger and let's hide this one. Uh, okay, almost the same with the candlestick. There is, yeah, I did not saw this one, but there is a immediate resistance this area around this 95 point or around that. What's that? 94.51 before this 97 area. So at this area, actually I can test buy or 50% buy at this area, and then I will make another buy upon breakout of this 94 point. Uh, is that 94 point? Yeah, 94.51, because normally I also do averaging in my trades. So there, and then just oh the I mean I will enter at this area around that, and then my stop loss, I will use the immediate low of this Renko chart, and then that one. Of course, if ever that I'm done or my position of long is done or successfully done, I normally adjust the stop loss when I'm within the trend, or if this goes higher and higher, so that at least it reverses, or uh, if it reverses or not the trend that that I I open, of course I will get a possible um, loss of around 0.55%. So yeah, normally I use a risk reward ratio of at least 2 to enter the transaction. So here, yeah, there's for me the risk reward ratio is high. But anyway, I will just test buy at this area, and then I will make another buy if it break out at this resistance area that we're looking at, the 94.55. And then, of course, I will measure the possible um, the possible risk reward, which is still within my risk reward appetite, because that's a risk reward ratio of 5.48 area, and still same TP. Ah, sorry, how do you learn to do trading and investing? Actually, I started in a bank, in a trust banking group. And yeah, I just at first I trade, or I invest in local stock market here in the Philippines. And then after that, I actually transferred to yeah, I think it's more or less more than yeah, I think it's more or less more than I think 2000, I think 4 years of in external and internal audit. And then after that, market. And then 2006, and then I entered in a stock brokerage firm here in the Philippines. And then after that, 2016, I learned about Bitcoin. And then from there, I trade Bitcoin since then. But currently, since I mean, after the global dump, since most of the stocks are cheap, I also entered again in uh, some local stocks. So I think that's it. If you have some comments, just feel free to message me in the live chat. Wait, let me. I think I got stopped out in my long position in Bitcoin Perpetual. But anyway, I stop out at again since I open it at 13,000 here, the 13,700. So, and then I adjust the stop loss to 13,850. That's how I trade if I'm not using the market trailing stop when I'm looking at the market. Anyway, that's if you have no more question, then let's end this charting, live charting. Let's end this live charting. Hope to see you again. Hope to see you again next week. Green, while the US stocks are it close in the red territory. Most of the stocks actually. Okay, and there. Nickel. Oh, I have no XMR. So I think that's it, guys. If you have comments, questions, me in my social media or here in TradingView. So thanks, guys. See you again next time. Thanks, guys. Happy trading. Happy trading and happy weekend and enjoy trading. Bye, guys, and trade cautiously.